holly jolly Christmas, it's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas when you walk down the street. Say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Ho, ho, the mistletoe hung where you can't see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, hey, by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Ho, ho, the mistletoe hung where you can't see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, it's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh, by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Oh, by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Cowboy song to sing, a pretty fall and an early spring. That's my Christmas gift to you. I know it's Christmas time, old friend, but I ain't got a thing to say. Some heartfelt words from this old pen, the best that I can do. Makes no difference where you roam. I hope you'll never be alone until the big boss calls you home. That's my Christmas gift to you. I know it's Christmas time, old friend, but I ain't got a thing to say. Some heartfelt words from this old pen, the best that I can do. Makes no difference where you roam. I hope you'll never be alone until the big boss calls you home. That's my Christmas gift to you. That's my Christmas gift to you.
On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and pain. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best of a world of lost sinners has laid.
It was just a little graveyard on a lonely foothill plain, bleached by the sun in summer, swept by the winter snows and rain. There a little group of settlers gathered on an autumn day, round a homemade lumber coffin their last respects to pay. Weary men who wrung their living from a hard and arid land, and beside them stood their women, worried wives with work-worn hands. But among us stood one figure that was wiry, straight, and trim. Everyone among us knew him was the bronco twister Jim. He was just a bunch of hardened muscle tempered with a savage grit, but he had the reputation of a man that never quit. He had helped to build the coffin, he had helped to dig the grave, and his instincts seemed to tell him just how he should behave. We hadn't any preacher and the crowd was mighty slim, just Big Tony with his guitar singing old-time funeral hymn. That's all we had for service. The old wife was standing there, sobbing for a husband of a lifetime, laid away without a prayer. Then she looked at the bronco twister, and she walked straight up to him, put one trembling arm around him, and said, "Pray, please won't you, Jim?" Well, you could see his features straighten and a look of wild surprise dash across his swarthy features and his hard daredevil eyes. Now he could handle any bronco, and he never dodged a fight. It was the first time anybody ever saw his face turn white. But he took his big sombrero off his rough and shaggy head. Lord, I wish I could remember what the bronco peeler said. Oh, he wasn't educated. On the range his youth was spent, but the maker of creation knew exactly what he meant. He looked over at the mountains where the drifting shadows played, and silence must have rang in heaven when they heard the way Jim prayed. Years have passed since that small funeral in that lonely graveyard lot, but it gave us all a memory and a lot of food for thought. As we stood beside the coffin in the freshly broken sod, with that reckless bronco peeler talking heart to heart with God. When at last the prayer was over and the grave had all been filled, on a wild and half-broke pony he rode off into the hills. We stood there in amazement as we watched him ride away. There was no way we could thank him. There was nothing we could say. Since we gathered in that graveyard, it's been nearly 50 years, with our hopes and with our sorrows, with our joys and with our fears. But when last my time on earth is over and they lay me with the dead, I hope someone will say a prayer above me like the bronco peeler said.
The countryside is dressed in white from softly falling snow. The small white flakes a blanket makes for trees and hills below. The weather's great for kids to skate and race downhill on sleds, and evergreens survey the scene with white caps on their heads. Paper chains and popcorn strings, the smell of pine, the cider's fine, homemade cakes that grandma bakes, that's Christmas in the country. Friends drop by, the hours fly, and carols fill the air. sing, sleigh bells ring, and peace is everywhere. Then at night, the fireplace light, its dancing shadows play, and faces show they truly know the meaning of the day. Paper chains and popcorn strings, the smell of pine, the cider's fine, homemade cakes that Grandma bakes, that's Christmas in the country. Church bells chime, the mood is fine, Santa's on his way. Paper chains and popcorn strings, the smell of pine, the cider's fine, homemade cakes that Grandma bakes, that's Christmas in the country. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose, 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in the old straw hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me.